Hello and welcome to Mystical Adventures. My name is Anne Vivian. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I'm going to share with you the message for the week from the Spirit Helper who bestowed a message of guidance for the week ahead and talking about this week's energies. And then I'm going to take a couple of calls. So I'm excited to get started. Before I jump into that, I wanted to remind you that next week, June 22nd, I have a fabulous guest, Zivia Gover, and she is an educator and author in dream studies. We're going to talk about dreams, and I can't wait. You know I'm a dream freak, and I'm very excited about dreaming the dream world, all things dreams. So don't miss that. Join me for that show. That's the same day that Mercury goes direct. Can you believe it? Just one more week. One more week of all of the shenanigans, and all you can do is laugh. I am actually having a very productive Mercury retrograde of reassessing some old ideas and projects and catching up on things that I was behind in. Mercury retrograde is great for those things. So I hope your Mercury retrograde is not driving you too crazy and that it is offering you some gifts and potential silver linings here. The summer solstice is this Sunday in the northern hemisphere. It's our summer solstice, and the sun shifts from the sign of Gemini to the sign of Cancer, and so you might notice an energetic shift around this weekend, that you shift more into the feminine, the intuitive, nurturing, nonlinear side of yourself. It's the sign that rules the ocean. It's ruled by the moon, and the sign of Cancer rules the ocean, mothering, intuition, nurturing. You might notice a shift towards these things this weekend, and this week's Spirit Helper does have something to say about some of these topics. So without further ado, one more thing. Just want to remind you, I've got June tarot messages by sign up on my YouTube channel, Creative Psyche Studio. If you would like to check that out, you can listen to or watch me pull some cards for each sign and get a message for this month of June that's a little bit more personal. And so without further ado, I'd like to talk about the Spirit Helper for this week of June 15th, 2021, and that is Honeysuckle. I did take a picture of a beautiful honeysuckle bush, honeysuckle plant this morning on my power walk. And I felt strongly that Honeysuckle is the Spirit Helper who was grabbing my attention so that I could share with you her message today. So every week I open myself to a Spirit Helper. That could be a plant spirit, an animal spirit, an angel, ascended master, other higher consciousness being. And this week the Spirit Helper is indeed, as you can see, a plant. It's honeysuckle. If you're listening to this and not tuning in, then you won't be able to see, but I do have a photo of a honeysuckle, and there is a bee in this photo at the lower left corner if you look really closely. So bee might be offering some bee medicine and bee magic this week. Honeysuckle is associated with prosperity, berries, sweetness, protection, love, dreams, intuition, psychic ability. You might notice an emphasis on these things this week. I would like to read you the message of the honeysuckle plant spirit for this week. I am light, blooming, blossoming, opening to the lights around me. I project my innocent purity. I am light and love and work with the angels and fairies. This light, this glow around me, this scent which I exude is all part of the sweetness of spirit that I am blessed to be able to bestow to all those who are around me. I do produce a beautiful, delicious taste, and this is indicative of my aura and my energy. If you let go of the uncertainties and embrace what is before you, you will find that you are more secure than you thought, and you will understand some of what makes me so sweet to taste. Yours can be a world of worries, crime, fear, and regret. I'm here to remind you, being a being of light and sweetness, that you do not have to worry and fret continually. I'm here to remind you to be at peace and follow your heart in the moment without worrying so much about the past or the future. Carry only with you what is important in the moment and trust that things will fall into place. Be light and be free like me. Do not worry yourself about what you cannot control. Instead, radiate the light from within, taste your own sweetness and the sweetness that is already around you. Remember that we are all one and that there is an order to the universe, which includes a surrender and release, an unfolding of that which has already been programmed. Let the blueprints for your sweetness and lightness and joy to unfold at this time. Your intuition opens when you dare to listen to your dreams, when you acknowledge your own light and sweetness. Opening yourself to acknowledge the sweetness of you and those around you opens the doors to abundance. Thank you, Honeysuckle Plant Spirit, reminding us to value our own ideas, our own worth as a way to open our intuitive abilities, to acknowledge the sweetness within us and around us. That attitude of gratitude unlocks the doors to manifestation and abundance. And we're shifting into a time of self-care in the time of Cancer. So be in that beautiful Cancer energy and care for yourself. The summer solstice is a time of tasting the sweetness of life, enjoying the moment. Enjoy the moment and notice how that opens up doors for you. I believe we have a caller I'm excited to take. Donna in Coventry, England. Hi, Donna.
Hi.
Hi, can you hear me?
I can.
Is it Coventry or Coventry?
Coventry.
Coventry. Here in Connecticut, we have a town named after the English town, but people pronounce it Coventry. Hi, Donna. We're talking about the honeysuckle message of the week, which is about tasting the sweetness of life. Do you feel like you are taking a moment to taste the sweetness of life?
I've been trying to lately.
It's important, isn't it? It's important. Well, how can I help you tonight, my friend? Do you have a question?
Well, I lost my mum a couple of years ago, so I've just kind of been waiting to see if I can get a message or anything from her.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that she passed away, Donna. I will be happy to tune in, and when I open myself to spirit, I share with you who is there, and it may or may not be your mom that I'm able to tune into. It might be someone else. Okay? All right, so let me just have, it'll just be a moment of silence when I tune into your energy, okay?
Okay.
Well, Donna, I am tuning into a female energy, and let me know if this aligns with your mother. I see this vision of nature and woods and a female very much enjoying nature and enjoying being outside and connecting with the plant life and being outside and just connecting with, enjoying being outside quite a bit. And I'm feeling this female felt a little bit inhibited or trapped, like I'm feeling like she wasn't able to express herself, that she wasn't able to live the life that she wanted, but she is very much a free spirit inside. Does that make any sense at all with your mom, or does this maybe sound like someone else?
It sounds a little bit like my mom, but it also sounds a bit like my aunt.
Okay. Well, I'm feeling like the spirit around you, and I'm just going to draw a card. I feel like she didn't like to stay in the limelight. Like this person would prefer to stay sort of, in the shadows, or not have a lot of attention on her. And she wasn't someone to take a lot of credit. She preferred other people to, get the attention and the credit. Does that sound like your mom or your aunt?
No, my aunt.
Your aunt, okay. I might be tuning into your aunt here. But I feel like this female, she wanted to take more time with you, and I think she appreciated you quite a bit. And I think it was hard for her to interact with you because she held herself back. And so I feel like her wanting to acknowledge that she loves you very much, and that she wanted to see you take credit and give the attention that you deserve, and not kind of follow in her footsteps. And she wanted to take more time to express to you how she felt and be able to be more engaged with you, is what I'm feeling. So
my aunt is very religious and I'm not, so we did clash a little.
Oh, okay. So maybe that's why she held herself back somewhat. But I feel like she's saying she didn't want to clash with you, and I think it was partially her personality as well as the religious difference, that she felt she didn't know how to connect with you, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, but I feel like, Donna, that she wants to say, don't judge me by that. Please know that, or judge yourself by that. Please know, I love you. I see you. I don't think she has the same. I'm feeling her say, I don't care about the religious difference. That I love you, and I think you're marvelous and smart, and that you have a good head on your shoulders, and to please remember her in this way, that she truly connects with you on the soul level. Okay.
Yes,
So,
thank you.
Donna, oh, you're so welcome. I hope that was helpful. I'm going to take another caller now, but thank you so much for calling, and have a beautiful week.
And you, thank you.
You're welcome. Bye, Donna. Hi, Michelle in Hawaii.
Hi, aloha.
Hi, aloha. Oh, I needed that. I need an aloha, Michelle.
Oh, thank you.
And how was Hawaii this June?
Oh, it's nice. It's nice. Starting to get a little normal.
Yes. The world is starting to get a little bit more normal, isn't it? And
yes, it's been a rough year.
Yes, it has. It has, hasn't it? And we're talking about, speaking of rough, stopping and smelling the flowers, tasting the sweetness of life, and taking a moment to do that. Do you feel like you're able to stop and smell the roses or the honeysuckle and taste the sweetness of life?
Honestly, like a lot of people look at it like, I mean, for me, I'm a flight attendant by career, so I fly back and forth from Hawaii to, I'm based in in California. Right now I'm going to be in Dallas, but I didn't realize like how much I missed a lot of things like with my children, and I took this year as a time to make memories or spend time, the quality time that I kind of lost with them. So.
Oh, wow, that's so powerful. That's so beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, there's a downside to all of that with finances and everything, but there's things you cannot take back, and they go right in front of your eyes. So I'm blessed to have that time with them. I still haven't gone back to work yet, so.
You can always make more money, but you can never get back the time that you didn't spend with your loved ones.
And I really got to see that, so I'm blessed in that way.
Oh, that's beautiful, Michelle. You're inspiring me. Do you have a question for me tonight, my friend?
I just wanted to see what you see for me, moving forward, and right now, like I said, I'm a flight attendant, but I haven't gone back to active flying yet.
Okay.
I think it's going to be, I'm pretty sure, I put in for a leave in the beginning of all of this because, I have my grandmother that's 92, and, I just didn't want to risk, coming back and forth and bringing, to my family. So I decided to take a leave, which was 24 months. So from last year, so it actually ends like next year, but they're starting to call people back already. Like if they need you, they're gonna call you back, which is that I'm ready. But I just switched bases now, so it's farther for me. So I just wanted to see like if you see me, what you see for me coming up. Financially, it's been kind of, sustainable. My husband's working, which is thank goodness for that. But I don't know how long we can, just wanted to see what you see for me coming up in the future. Or
Let me tune in, Michelle. There's just going to be a moment of silence as I tune into your energy, and then I'll tell you what I get, and then I'll pull some cards for you, okay?
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Well, as I tune into your energy, Michelle, I feel this beautiful, intuitive, action-oriented, just generous energy, but you don't like to wait. You like to get things done. And I hear that you're good at getting things done. You're good at not waiting to follow up with something, but finishing projects and making sure that things are finished. And I think this is a beautiful strength to have. And I also hear that you are very intuitive.
Yes.
And
when it comes to my own self, no.
but others you can more easily tune in. So, and we're about to come into the time of intuition with the summer solstice and the sun coming into Cancer. So this is a good time for intuitive development. And I do run an intuitive development circle every month if you want to check out my website.
Oh, wow.
You can get, go check it out and get some details if you like.
Interesting, yeah.
But Michelle, I'm getting the guidance when I tune into finances and work that actually a transition, some sort of not hitting the ground running, but just some sort of transition for you is going to be most helpful. That it's going to work out. I don't think you're going to have to worry. I feel like Spirit is saying your strength is that you're really good at getting things done. But when it comes to going back to work, I feel Spirit is saying there's going to be still more of a break, and it might not be going back to work all at once. It's the trajectory that I'm seeing, the probable reality that I'm seeing. And of course, as we make changes, the lines of probable reality change. But the probable reality that I'm seeing for you right now, if things continue, is you don't have to work too hard at transitioning back, but it'll be helpful to come up with a plan for the transition back. And it doesn't feel like it's going to be full time to begin with. It feels like it's going to be some stops and starts, actually. So I pulled some cards for your work and finances, and I pulled some really positive cards here. I'm feeling like things are going to be fine for you, Michelle, when it comes to finance. And I feel the Five of Wands is the first card, and I feel like it's kind of an atmosphere of you're not sure if you can trust the world, you're not sure if you can make plans. It feels up in the air and kind of abrasive. And I think, the world has been feeling that way. But you've been, wondering about that yourself, I see. And the challenge here is sort of letting go some control, surrender and releasing, and just, what we were talking about today. Don't worry so much about the past or the future in a serious way. Try and calm yourself, take care of yourself, be in the present moment, and cultivate that aura, that energy of joy and trust, because you're really wanting to have more faith and trust. And as you can let go and have more trust, then it's easier for you to be able to reestablish yourself in your career. I know you said that you're flight attendant. Is that not the right phrase? I'm sorry.
That is.
The flight attendant, and I feel like you will have, the opportunity to go back to work. I think it is going to be different, and you're going to go back to work. It might not be, like I said, full time. It feels like as you gather your resources,
at this point, I can I can go down to 40 hours a month of flying, so which is doable for me. It lets me have more time at home. But with all these things that I hear now from my coworkers, and like the atmosphere in the travel industry right now is it's crazy now.
Yeah.
It's different now. Well, people are just getting back to flying, so I'm thinking that's probably why, giving them a hard time, or people are real nasty now.
Yeah.
And I'm not like that. So it's, a job that was always been my favorite thing to do. I'm just afraid that it's going to be different for me.
I don't think you're going to have to. I mean, I hear you that it has changed, but I don't think that you're going to have to deal with. I don't see that stopping you from having success in your career, Michelle. I think that you're going to have to deal with other people's stress, like the staff in the airplane staff more than the customers' stress. I think you're going to be more affected in that way. But I think you're going to take breaks for yourself, like you said, and this is going to enable you to have the energy and the wherewithal to be successful here.
That's good.
So yeah, we're coming to the end of the show, my friend, but good things on the horizon for you. And I think, as you let go and trust and come up with that plan, find that balance of staying in the moment, but then trusting and then coming up with a plan, it's really going to work out for you. So I hope that was helpful.
Everything with my family is good.
Yes, I'm sensing a lot of love around you, and I'm sorry, Michelle, we're coming to the end of the show, but thank you so much for calling, and I hope you have a blessed week. And I want to thank you for tuning in, everyone. I hope that you are able to smell the honeysuckle and taste the sweetness of life, and I will look forward to seeing you next week with my guest, Sylvia Gopher. Take care.